Hello and welcome to Tygem Games. I have not been doing Tygem because I have been having issues with my laptop, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing more of these or if I'm going to be doing one at one point and then waiting a while before reinstalling it and getting it working again. It's laptop problems, but it's not a big deal. I do want to go over this game that I just played. I am playing as Black, and I am Tygem 3 Dawn, and this is against a 3 Dawn on Tygem as well. Except it's because of this game that I also ranked up to 4 Dawn on Tygem. So, whoa, go there, yeah. Yeah. Here we go. And again, I am playing as Black. So, typical me, really enjoying playing a Chinese opening. And I go for the Kobayashi, but he does the pincer, and this is okay. Surprisingly... Oh, never mind. For some reason I was thinking I was doing a double pincer. Not gonna do that. And we go for the usual Joseki in the corner. And then he goes straight for the surrounding. And I found that kind of interesting. Because I would think that white would want to either extend out and start expanding, or that white would want to approach this stone and possibly crush it a little bit, not that. Like maybe get this going, get this wall in there. Play this Joseki like I tried going through on the last OGS recording that I had done. But I won't go into detail with that. No way. But yeah, either that approach or that approach. That's what I feel like should have happened. But in the game, I peep out, and then he goes straight into that. See, this I don't like this as white, because that stone is now weak, and I am able to do something about that. However, I play the clamp, he extends, and then I come out here. Now, the reason for that is because I did want to come down here, but I didn't want this sort of thing to happen, because then he'll be building up, and I still need a few more moves if I want to get that surrounded, because he still has quite a bit he can do before I can actually surround white. So there was too many moves that were needed for the bottom, so I decided to go ahead and do something for the top, because I didn't want something like what I had previously shown to happen in that corner. Come on. There we go. Alright, so that's why I play that. And he does that, that's okay. But just like how I wasn't able to completely surround him in a single move, he can't surround that whole area in a single move either. I can, because of how wide it is right now, I can still invade or do something in there. But that would probably be a little too greedy, so I ended up just doing a simple approach and build myself up. Keep him from building up, and a high enclosure, high A1 space jump makes sense. I back off. In the past, I would probably do something like that, but looking at it, it's a bunch of low stones which can easily be pushed down, especially with move here. Not that. And actually, white doesn't need to do that. White can play here, and now white could later get quite the potential in this little area, on the bottom side of the board. and I would be pushed down, and I wouldn't like that. So I am getting into the habit of doing this. Because also now, if white did something eventually later on in the game, this corner is open for me to go into. Even though it does sacrifice this area, it sacrifices this potential on the right side. But that's why it's for a later part of the game. Because if you have some more stones out here, like if black already had a stone at R14, then this would work really nicely for black. And get that nice wall. Okay, so he goes for the... I need to stop saying he, because I don't know if my opponent is a she or a he. So, I'm in that. So, white makes the approach on the wider side, and I would agree with this. I would do the same exact thing. And I do a pincer because I want to... It's almost like the Chinese right here. Even though the right move would be at here for the Chinese, but that would be too wide, and white would be able to settle. So it's semi-Chinese, I would say, but the purpose of me playing this is to grow on both sides and chase that stone out. After I do that, he does the double. White does the double pincer, and I continue with that one stone. And white also does the same thing. This is a bad move. What I should... What was the usual Joseki for this? I don't remember. Okay, so that move was okay. So what it was showing was that if white were to play this, it says that this is a trick move. Because definitely if black were to play like that, it would not go very nicely for black. Because the corner's in danger, and it's completely surrounded, and has a group to worry about. Although then again, in this situation, well, I'd be greatly reduced. I have too much to worry about, especially with a weakness at Q12 for my two stones on the side. So, the correct response, it says, is to just simply extend, and extend again. Basically something like this. In the thing, this is in one of these two spots, and then black would be doing this. No. Playing there if that was right there. Anyway, this would look really nice for black. So, definitely is okay to play that move. So what I should have done is not play there, but instead maybe just play here and threaten this group. Because if white did that now, I can still threaten his group, white's group on the side, and I can still attack this group. And potentially kill it off. So yeah, that could be that. Definitely an idea to keep in mind with this sort of shape. I know that there's something else with black instead to play here, which I've seen in previous instances. And then maybe something like that. Oh no. I'm not too worried about that right now. So we got this. This was just bad because white is getting some stones in there. And then I decide that I'm going to attack. So white has 2 weak groups right now, and I've got just the 2 stones on the right to worry about. So I can start attacking both of those groups. And I make sure to strengthen that so I can also gain potential for this area while threatening to attack. So then I play out here to threaten both groups again. White decides to jump out and save that group. I play here instead of going straight for this cut right here because I want to go bigger and continue to threaten this upper group and not just go straight for 2 stones. That's too small. I want to go big. I want to get either this or really reduce white and get something. When white plays this, I instantly decide I'm going to start attacking this. And that is exactly what I do. I play here, which is probably a mistake. Because white can just do this, threaten to take these 2 stones, and just do that. And white can get either another eye up there, or be able to run out easily down here. So this was my mistake in the actual game, but I was lucky to have my opponent just connect. What I should have done is just play either a knight's move or no, just a knight's move, because I can threaten to play there next. And then if this were to happen, no, that would be a stupid move. I'd probably play here. No, that leaves weakness. Play here. And do something about this. Almost anything can happen at this point. So I attack that. I play here to both protect my own mistake and to threaten to surround yet again. He attaches. White attaches. I make sure I'm connected. And then white plays here. Because it's true, I can't necessarily play right here. If I were, white could play like this. And now I am in trouble in 2 different ways. Because now I have a group up there to worry about, and I had to deal with this, and white is able to come in through here, through the potential that I had before. But then again, it's still quite big. But now white can come back here and take this whole side, which is much bigger too. So, no, that would be bad. So when white does the hane, I do a double hane. And probably here, maybe just take it instead. Because then, if I were to do this, that'd be pretty stupid and small. And if I were to do this, white could take the stone. Or if I were to do this, can threaten and reduce. I see a lot more potential in something like this. Like, if this were to happen, it'd be Gote for black to do this, and it doesn't even work for black. So, that doesn't even work out either. So probably just there. It's just my opinion, just my opinions of stuff. Because with that, I'm got a little more shape. Anyway, I did not see this as a threat. I would still be able to live. So I go ahead and start threatening this group again while building up yet some more. I do another threat to surround. And then I start worrying about this, because now I'm saying, okay, now white can run out and live. And the right side is now alive. But I got what I wanted. Because I was able to attack both of those groups, in the end, they will get very little points, and I was able to benefit on the top side. Yeah, I wasn't able to build as much as I had hoped for on the right, but this top is really nice and big, which leads to the point of what happens next. White goes ahead and goes right into the area. Now, I do this because I've got all of these stones on the side. I don't want to just be playing to the side for a pincer, because then it leads to complications. White could live in the corner. It's still nice and big, but taking that corner is not the best that black can do. There's more of a possibility for white to do something in here if that were to happen. Although even with this, as long as white doesn't keep into the corner, black should be able to kill off white. So just inviting your opponent to the corner is not a grand idea. Another thing is you could just simply extend out. That way there's nothing that white can do, and not have white do something like this, like in the game. But this is still okay, because I was able to still manage this white group. And in the end, I do capture this white group. Even though I do make a mistake, but my opponent didn't catch it. So I played this attachment to get rid of the eye shape, reduce, all that good stuff. White connects from the top. I mean, I want to think that black could do this. Because now well, I mean, it could just be Ko, but never mind. It's going to be really hard for black to really do anything. Although I guess white could get another move in here first by playing here. And maybe doing something like this. And start attacking that group. Anyway, lots of things that can happen. Lots of things that can happen. So I descend because I don't want to go straight to here, because then this can happen, and then white can eventually play there to connect. And that would not be very good at all. So I do that, and then I play a diagonal to make sure that I can connect and keep white separated and not be surrounded. The attachment is good. What I've seen with either games that I help teach with or help review with, or in games that I am watching, or just general questions that some people have about moyos and getting something in there, being able to run out and get some shape. You want to attach. You want to attach. When you attach, it does make your opponent stronger, but it also makes you stronger. Because you get more stones out here. And the more stones that you get out there, the more potential for better shape, eye shape, and so forth that you can get from it. So white got this move here. and I do want to respond to it, this is also a sort of move that I would want to respond to, because I don't want white to be playing h4 and surrounding my group here. And the same thing here. This threatens both this and cutting off black, even though, no, it works. So I play here to make sure that the cut is still able for me. So you can see that white is getting some stones in there. Not necessarily nice shape, but white's getting something here. So white cuts me off to make sure to see if there's anything that white can do to against my group on the top. I play this, and white did not play this, and I like this because I can later play here and then have something like this happen, leaving less liberties for white. And with this, can still cut off. And I'm just going on now. Okay. So white did do this to make sure that something like that didn't happen, but there's not much that white can really do. Now, I did make the mistake of playing up here, allowing white to play here, and then me pushing again, because now white gets a stone out here. What should happen is, where is white's eyes? What I should be playing is this. And then we can see something like this happening. We can do this, that. No, yeah, that would just be alive. That would just be alive. So maybe my move was just a bad one. So how about here instead? Here. Yeah. So, or back here. Anything that doesn't make your opponent stronger. You do not want to make your opponent strong at this point. You want to stay back, but still close. But not at a position where it makes your opponent stronger, where your opponent can get sente moves to get shape for eyes, so forth. So when I do this, I make all of these threats to get some more stones in there for some more shape. And this was my mistake, because I believe... No, actually, it wasn't that. It was this. Do. And then here. Because now white can play that here and be able to connect. Or there is this, and there's nothing I'd be able to do about it. So I couldn't... letting white get that eye in there, not a good idea. Even if in the end I can take that. This is too huge. And there's still this issue here. So that would be a bad idea for me. That is what white should have done. But instead, white does the attachment. And this gave me the opportunity to live. Because I have the option of playing this h6, so I can get this group to stay alive. And this group can clearly stay connected on that side. And that's basically the end right there, because I'm able to both run out and be able to capture that off. And no, white cannot get an eye in here. White could make an eye over here, but white can't over here. If white were to try playing here, I can do this, and that's a false eye. And if white were to connect, I can just put white into Atari, and yeah, there's just no eye. There's no way for white to get an eye in there. I have no idea what this was, but it was clearly just white playing for desperate measures. And this was good for white, to be playing this, which is the purpose of H17. But with playing this, I can still run out and I can still play down here. But this was overplay. This was overplay. Because sure, it does make one eye for me, but I can still either run out or I can just make good shape for myself and be able to live. What I was reading, though, was if white played this. But then again, I guess I'd still be connected. So no worries there. And white would be able to get that, but I would be able to live. I can still go for the corner unless white does that. But with this capture, I'm just ahead. That, and I can still threaten to play down here. Here. To threaten to kill off this group. Right now, this is white's only territory. I've got this, I've got all of that, I've got this, I've got... Yeah, this is just way too much. And I can come in here, I can... Anyway. So I do this threat, and automatic eye, just like that. And another desperate measure, self-Atari, it happens. And with this move, white resigns. Because I could just play out here, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to make sure I was nice and solid with life. And there you have it. So I have all of that. I've got a living group here. I've got a living group here plus this, although white still has the potential of doing this. But white only has this. Fourth line territory, third line points. And a move like here would be nice, but too far behind once this happens. So what white should have done is not play that, but maybe play like this to reduce, or just go straight for the corner instead. Get this shape going. And just live in the corner. Yeah, just living in the corner. And then black doing the same thing here. Sorry, I'm just continuously going on. Anyway, that is the game. So, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this, and I will see you next time. Later.